the online course on the entrepreneurial mindset. In this part, we'll be talking about effectual marketing. And the word effectual marketing is a bit new, and it comes from the word effectuation theory. How to do marketing with an effectual lens. When you have an effectual lens, how will you do marketing? And how will it be different than the standard marketing, the corporate marketing, and the way we are being taught in the Kotler model? So how is it different? So here in this case, let's first of all look at the traditional marketing approach. In the traditional marketing approach, we first of all we start with the market definition. We start from the top. So if the customer is here, in traditional marketing, we start from the top and go and move towards the customer during this journey. So the classic causation model from the marketing textbooks encourages and asks to proceed this route, and that is market definition. You need to understand what is your market. So, for example, you're making cars, and you need to understand what type of market am I going to go in. Is it 800cc or 1000cc or 1200 or 1500 or 2000 or 3000? So there are a lot of variety of engine sizes and designs and needs. So you need to understand which customer need are you going to fill, which segment need, which market need are you going to fill. So generally it is encouraged to go for a lesser number of segments in the beginning, and as you go on improving and building, then you can move to the next segment. As you develop your core competencies and your skills are enhanced, then you can keep on diversifying. But initially it is encouraged to go into a lesser number of segments. So in this case, what do we mean by the word segment? Segment is breaking down into pieces based on some variables like the age of the people who are going to use my product, the income, where they live, their education. So segmentation helps people to think, you see, more practically. If you have you see no segment, you can't make a generic product which is fit for everyone. So that's why in this case, to understand the market, you need to go into for segmentations. And if this is the automobile market, you find this is 2000cc, 1000, and 800. This is the smaller ones, and then you see and match it with your core competency and the rate of return, and where you find more return, and then you say that, hey, based on the evaluation criteria such as expected return and some others, let's go into this area. This is my segment. I would go and sell in this area first. So you have targeted that market segment, and then you start positioning. How do you position? You use those 4 P's of marketing. You say, for this segment, I will design my product or service keeping in view of these people. So design, characteristics, shape, packaging, the product thing. The second P is pricing. So I will price my product according to their ability, their income sizes. Placement. How will I distribute? How will I make them enable? How will they get it purchased? Online, web, or some other way? And promotion. How will I spread that news to them? So this positioning means how will people conceive and perceive my product or service in their minds. So once again, you start from the top, defining your market, segmentation, targeting, and positioning, and then you reach your customer. And then comes after customer support system and after sales service. So this is the route which is traditionally defined by the marketing textbooks. This works when you have a lot of money, when you have consultants, when you can hire people who can do a lot of research for you, who can do testing for you, and you can do that. But in the effectual marketing, we find something interesting. In the effectual marketing, these people start with the customer, to the customer, and you need to be close to the customer with your bird in hand. Who you are, what you know, and whom you know. So you need to match who you are, your bird in hand, with the customer, and you interact with them and talk to them and meet with them and find out something, a problem or a need which can be solved for these people. So based on these interactions, you find a problem or a need, and then you come up with a product or a design which is based on your bird in hand. Then these interactions, the partnerships, the interactions, self-selected partners, and the minimum viable product, and selling those initial projects to somebody will lead you to surprises and will lead you to new dimensions. And remember, you're doing all these things which are within your affordable laws. And during this process, you find strategic partners, you find segments, and as you keep on doing this, you find, hey, this is the segment. So these are various segments, and you find out, hey, this is the segment in which I need to work. Let's have a quick look at Roxanne Quimby case. Roxanne Quimby, she was living as a single parent, a mother who was taking care of her kids, and she was making some money by selling products in the market. She goes there and she's seeing things, all things are being sold, handicrafts are being sold. And then we see that a chance and a luck meeting with Bird led him to go there and to learn beekeeping. And there she finds a heap of wax lying there. And suddenly there was a big bang in her mind, and she finds that, hey, I used to make candles when I was a child. So she asks Bird, can I make candles? She gets the material for free, takes them to the market, and the people like it. His user is natural, close to nature, unique selling proposition is amazing. So here she gets a feedback, she designs, she comes up with more designs, more colors, more shapes, and you see this interaction and closeness with the customer is giving her products. The arrow is coming out of the customer and the bird in hand. And this process started taking place again and again. She found out birdhouses, baby cloths, and then eventually lip balm. So you see, and eventually as she moves to North Carolina, she finds out that she has to abandon baby cloths, abandon the candles, abandon birdhouses. The only thing she will do is cosmetics. So she found out based on her core competence and the market which she could serve that this is the segment which is suitable for her, and she built it on further. So this effectual marketing is very cheap. You see, you don't spend that much time amount. You only use your bird in hand. You use your affordable loss and crazy quilt, lemonade, and you eventually grow and find out that, hey, this is my segment, and this is, then she can was decide to do the pricing and then promotion placement, and you see pricing, product placement, and all these things came out and emerged as she moved further and further. So you remember that when we have to use effectual and when we have to use causal. So in this picture we say that in a new startup, when you have something new, innovative, you must go with effectuation. It is recommended to go there. This approach is mentioned in the framework earlier, and it is cheaper, less risky because it is from your bird in hand, and your bird in hand is unique. It is available for free. You don't have to wait. So this is organic, and then you use your word of mouth, and nowadays you need to work on digital and marketing and social media. This is also a good bird in hand which can be developed further. So if you are an established company, if you have a standard product which is not that unique, in that case, we say that you have money, you can afford to go for a consultant, you can get one, and you can hire him, get the marketing done, get these studies done, find out which segment you is more related, and then go there. But still, the caveat and the warning is that don't go there blindly. Use your own judgment. Spend more time. Like in Harib's case, Harib didn't go for the consultants. He went to university, professors, students. He got that instrument, the questionnaire, got it designed, got it filled, got it analyzed, found out something, and it was a mix, effectuation and standard corporate marketing, and so this can be done as well. So with this, we conclude our session on effectual marketing, and we strongly recommend that use your bird in hand and develop that further. And where needed, if you want to do corporate methods of marketing, then please go do it, but do it in a parsimonious, creative, interesting manner and get your hands dirty in that. Thank you very much, and looking forward to see you in another episode.